to everybody. How's everybody doing? God bless you guys. This live feed is in English. I will have to say now that we're getting a lot of Spanish live viewers. Esta transmisión será en inglés. Haré una transmisión en español el día de hoy un poquito más adelante. How's everybody doing? Good morning to everybody. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice. Good morning to everybody. God bless my country of Mexico. God bless my city of Tijuana. And God bless the United States of America. Good morning to everybody. Subject of today, amazingly, one of the most accurate, as you can say, and most famous and most important news magazine or news company or financial news gave an opinion yesterday about our president. I was listening to one of the, for me, is the greatest journalist that existed over here regarding politics and economy, and regarding the sadness of our country on the terms of poverty and injustice. His name is Pedro Ferriz de Con, and I have listened to him for a long time before he decided to run for president and he was not elected. Before he wanted all of this in politics, he has been a great journalist in our country. He has been a great journalist in our country. And Pedro Ferriz de Con was saying in the morning something that is really concerning about the situation that is happening in our country regarding our president. And the thing that he was saying and what he was talking about was this. Practically what he's telling everybody that they did, he talked to several psychiatrics in our country, and they gave them an analysis, professional psychiatrics. They gave them the analysis of our president, and I will get right into that first. I want to get right into the number one thing. The Financial Times. The Financial Times, amazingly, is recommending the citizens of Mexico, is recommending the country of Mexico. The Financial Times took the time. Now, look at that. The Financial Times took the time to recommend to the citizens of Mexico to stop the president. Wow. The Financial Times, that is one of the most important analytics of the world, they told our president, and they're telling the citizens of Mexico to stop our president because of the situation of the pandemic, how he's handling it, how he's handling also the economy, and how he's handling the security of the country. They said Mexico is going to destroy itself. Wow. Those were the words of the Financial Times. Mexico is going to destroy itself if don't stop the country, don't stop the president. That is humongous. And not only it's the first time that this happens, people, but the problem is that it's continuous. That it's a constant. You know, he was criticized by journalists in Switzerland for being the most irresponsible president in the world regarding the COVID. He was criticized in Europe. He has been criticized, of course, in the United States of America. He has been criticized by the presidents that he has helped, really. And I don't understand where and when are we going to, as a country, we're going to understand that this road that we're taking to socialism, to insecurity, and practically to, my God, to all this, to this horrible, situations in this pandemic is not leading us to a positive note. The Financial Times took the time to write about our president and say a message to the Mexican people that we need to stop the president. Wow. Imagine that, the Financial Times taking an opportunity and letting a message to the Mexican people that we need to stop our president. That is humongous. That is huge. And knowing that Pedro Ferriz de Con, this really known journalist in our country, he said that he talked to several psychiatrics, really prepared psychiatrics, that they have been in the field for many years. And they have been in the field for great companies and great dependencies of the government. The guy knows a lot of people. And the psychiatrics in this video that he shares, they were saying he has, a problem. The problem is that when he tells a lie, when it's the rhetoric and the response, he plays the victim and he already has an answer. That is what I've been telling you guys. This is the socialist mindset of a lot of people. And the socialists and the activists and the liberals, they think like this because of leaders like that. They tell a lie, then you counter-respond to that lie with facts, and then they victimize and they blame somebody. And who does he blame all the time? Past governments, past leaders, and the business people or the conservatives. That's who he blames all the time. Have you heard him? And it's the same response. It's preoccupying that we have this leader of our nation. This is the leader of our nation that represents not only our people, but it represents the legislative power, the judicial power, the executive power. He represents all of that in one. And we have this leader that when you tell him or you ask him something about that is a fact, he counter-responds with victimization arguments. That is, this is the fault of the past presidents. This is the fault of the past leaders. This is the fault of the government. This is the fault of the PRIAN. This is because of this, and that. It is amazing. It is really amazing. And to really analyze the situation, as I was reading a little bit of what the Financial Times wrote, it is preoccupying for people like that, in that stature, in that level, to write to the Mexican citizens and to the Mexican people and tell the Mexican citizens and tell the Mexican people that we need to stop our president. That is huge. That is big, people. That is not just your typical argument. And I'm saying this because last night, as I was live at a clinic, the clinic that has suffered the most regarding COVID over here, the clinic that it was, and sadly, it was famous yesterday because of a famous comedian of our country that he wrote read a letter of a doctor that he wrote to him regarding and saying help, SOS over here, and because of that it's grabbing attention. So I was there last night, and it's amazing how there was a lot of ignorant people, and there's a lot of ignorant people. They've been sending me messages saying, you need to apologize to us, you need to say sorry to me, you need to apologize to me because you called me an imbecile, you called me an ignorant. But their comments insulting my persona and insulting what I was doing, that needs to be washed away. That is nothing. I'm a public figure supposedly, and I'm a journalist, and I am supposed to take that criticism, but I'm not supposed to respond. You got it wrong. You got it wrong. This is a different guy. I was there as a reporter, and I was there as a citizen, as a concerned citizen. And I am a citizen that works and pays taxes over here in Mexico. I have always said that. And I will never shut up to your comments, because your comments were ignorance, and in a point, you were acting like an imbecile. And I'm referring to like 3 people that they were commentating, 3 to 4 people, that they actually think that this is a lie. What it was suffering in the hospital, people suffering outside, that it was showing you people waiting outside. And not only that, that they're saying that this pandemic is to hurt the president of Mexico, and that everybody's making a big deal out of it, and that it's not that big in our country. It has two-way street. It's a two-way street. And we were discussing, my partner, Conservative Anthony, and myself last night. We already know that this is a strategy from China and the communists and the globalists and the socialists to keep us home. It depends on us, the nationalist people, and the people that love our country. You love the United States, I love my country of Mexico. To wake up and to go outside. As a matter of fact, to demand that we need to go back to work, and this gets fixed as soon as possible. In your country, there's much possibilities of doing that because the economy is excellent. It was excellent. Now it's not. But the economy is 3 times way better than Mexico. And you got the insumes, and you got the equipment, and you got, the species to support that. In our country, we don't. So it's way different, the analysis that we have to take in hand. So I support completely what my partner, Conservative Anthony, he says that this has to stop and people need to go on and do their normal lives. The President of the United States, I believe that he said around May he's going to release like 20-some states to go back to their normal lives, which I think that is amazing, and which I think that he handled the pandemic excellent. And a lot of people passed away, but it's so unfortunate, but it's the thing that it was happening. So it's not the president's fault in regarding the United States. We know who made this virus. We know the purpose of the country that made this virus, and the leaders of the communist country who made this virus, because not the Chinese people are like this. The leaders of the Communist Party in China are the ones that they did this to the world, and they need to be held accountable, and they need to be responsible, and somebody needs to act. There needs to be a tribune, a world tribune, where a world tribunal. I don't know if that's the name that it needs to be called. They needs to judge all these criminals, all these assassins, because that is what they are, and they need to be held accountable. And yesterday was so sad that I took a box that it was not 100 pesos, and I took some hand sanitizer, and they were criticizing that. That is the ignorance of our of some of our people. That is the lack of culture of some of our people. That is the lack of culture. It doesn't matter the amount. And doesn't matter if you give a house, if you give thousands or millions. The fact of the matter is that you're doing something. That is what counts. Imagine if every citizen, instead of opening their mouth and instead of criticizing, they did a little. We can do a lot, and the change in our country can be great and enormous. But because we do this kind of situations and we criticize and we only open our mouth and we be ignorant, we don't advance, and we stay on the same road and we're on the same level. That's why we are a third world class country. We don't move because of ourselves. We don't advance and we don't grow because of ourselves, not because of our leaders. We're smart people. We're descendants of Aztecs. We are really smart and warriors. We're strong individuals, but we don't move because of this. God bless everybody that is watching. The Financial Times wrote to the Mexican people that we need to stop our president. That is huge. That is humongous, people. And as I am going to read a little bit more about what the Financial Times was saying, but as I was listening to Pedro Ferriz de Con, it's a great journalist in our country, and Pedro Ferriz is practically saying to every single one of us, you know, our president, he has psychological problems. Listen to this. He said the reason why he talks so slow is because he's referring to the low capacity people. And that's amazing, because these politicians, they you know, I don't remember the word. A friend of mine used to tell me they have the ability with their you know, with their words to capture, you know, the attention. So he speaks slowly, because if he speaks slowly, he can say, and this is the fault of the conservatives. And he pauses. So that stays with you for the longest of time. So every statement that he's saying is like Juan saying to Eric, hey, what he just said? He said that this fault is the conservatives. Wait up. He's going to talk more. And he waits a little bit more. And he says this fault is because of the past presidents. What he just said? He said that his fault is because of the past presidents. Oh, that's why. Oh. It's a tactic and it's a strategy by him to all the particular words and the most important words, they stay, you know, with the citizens. And they stay with the, you know, with the people that they don't understand what is going on. So they emphasize on the most important, you know, words. That is, this is the fault of the past presidents. This is the fault of the government. This is the fault of the conservatives. It's really a strategy. It's a really good strategy. And the other option is because he has low capacity to talk, and he has low capacity to speak. So I think that is both. I think that is the two of them. God bless everybody that was watching. Hope that you guys enjoyed the feed last night. I was at the clinic. I went to the clinic number 1 and I went to the clinic number 20. My God, man, it's amazing what people say in front of your face, and when you're off camera and you ask really, you know, deep and intimate questions, they answer you. My God, it's just what they have seen just sitting right there in the clinic 1 and the clinic 20. Wow, it's so amazing. And this has been going on for years, really. For the people that they say the past government, yes, it's been going on for years. But we live in 2020, and this is where the year that we need to be concerned. 2020, not 1986, not 1990, not 2001, not 2010. We live on 2020. That's what we need to be concerned about. God bless everybody that is watching. How's everybody doing? Follow my partner, Conservative Anthony, at his platform at Parler, or also follow him at his platform at YouTube. And also, you can follow him at his Facebook page, at Ask Conservative Anthony. I want to say congratulations to my partner, Conservative Anthony, as he almost hits 100,000 followers. Wow, he has done so much and so amazing things. Congratulations, partner. Keep up the great work. Also, follow the page Border Network News, as in Facebook as Border Network News, And also you can follow me at YouTube as Oscar Blue. Subscribe to my channel, please. Give it a like at this video and share it. Also, you can follow my page as Oscar Blue. And let's see, where do we go later on this afternoon. God bless everybody that is watching. Remember, peace and love, everybody, and always your country's first.